in this digital age, I guess some folks are fighting back, and it is really annoying when you're on the train or the bus or anywhere in public, in the airport,
They're obnoxious.
and people are on this little chatty device. It's so annoying. Well, apparently there is another device that actually jams the nearby cell phone signals. Like at a restaurant, if you turn it on, you can make everybody's cell phones go dead.
I gotta get one.
They're illegal in the United States, and exporters are saying that the demand is actually growing, especially from businesses and commuters. Joining us now, defense attorney David Schwartz and former prosecutor Shannon Gessling. Thank you very much for coming on.
Absolutely.
More and more, there are too many cool cell phones out there, so everybody has them. So at one point, I guess, will the FCC finally say, you know what, businesses and restaurants, you're there to eat dinner, not to talk on the phone and annoy other customers?
Absolutely. You know, clearly the FCC has governing power over these cell phones, but what about the business owners, the cafes, the salons? What about business owners who don't want these cell phones in their establishments? They have rights too, and these blockers should be made legal in those particular situations. For emergency calls, there are other ways to handle that.
David, there aren't other ways to handle it. As you say, these jammers block the entire signal, and you can't text message, you can't communicate at all. So you basically have taken a victim of a crime and placed her in greater risk.
Well, first of all, they don't affect the text messages.
Wait, because you're inconvenienced by somebody not enforcing the rule.
No, the public at large is inconvenienced. The public at large, the people on the trains, the other patrons in restaurants, their convenience. It has nothing to do with my convenience.
Excuse me.
And text messages do go through, and if you are in an emergency situation, you could tell the restaurant, they're usually very accommodating, that you may have an emergency phone call. Illegal laws become legal for a reason. And a store owner, a restaurant owner, they have a right to their space. They have a right to run their business any way they choose to. And if it means banning those cell phone signals, they should have a right to do that. It has become completely out of control. These are not emergency situations where people
David, have you ever been stuck
on the train? What about, okay, thank God you can't use a cell phone on an airplane, so we don't have to worry about that. But what about public transportation? Because that is a public area. It's not a private area, so you're not under a business's, jurisdiction.
Well, I would agree a fellow passenger would not have the right to do that. It would have to be somebody who's running the train system in general. Although private passengers must want to do it in these situations, because we've all been on trains, and it is a complete nuisance. These people talking about their entire lives for the entire train to hear about it. It has become so out of control.
Yeah, but Shannon, let me jump in here.
It's the law.
It's the society at large. Take a poll.
The society at large
The reason why we're arguing about this issue in the first place is because people are completely aggravated with these cell phones.